Commissioner Garber tackles ProRel. Mesut Ozil writes a book in which he admits his own laziness. Chileans want Alexis Sanchez to leave Arsenal, but not enough to attend the march they organised. Your guide to the Chinese Super League and important red wine news from Manchester. Welcome to the Goalmouth, ladies and gents. We're by far the greatest 5-minute daily soccer podcast the world has ever seen. It is Friday, March the 3rd. My name is Ryan Bailey, and I'm going to get straight into it with our first story. And it's something you probably already knew. Promotion and relegation in MLS is a no-go. Commissioner Don Garber spoke to my Sirius XMFC colleague Jason Davis yesterday, and the topic of ProRel came up. When it was put to Garber that it was a conversation that fans would like to have, he said the league were under no obligation to discuss it. Their obligation is to the business people who've poured their money into the league and who don't want to jeopardise their own investments with the prospect of relegation. He said the market doesn't need ProRel to drive success and it can't support it, essentially confirming that the needs of the owners will always be put above those of the fans, and the MLS is a business first and a fun thing for us to watch second. Good times. Next up, we go to someone who's not been a fun thing to watch for Arsenal for some time now, Mesut Ozil. At the advanced age of 28, the Gunners midfielder has decided the time is right to release an autobiography. It's called Die Magie des Spiels, which means the magic of the game, and it's being serialised by Germany's leading excuse to publish lewd pictures of attractive women, the tabloid newspaper Bild. In the first serialisation, he speaks about a tense argument with Jose Mourinho after a Real Madrid game where he was accused of, surprise, surprise, a lack of effort. You think 2 beautiful passes are enough? You think you're so good that 50% is enough? Said Mourinho, apparently. He went on to say, "You're such a coward. What do you want? To creep under the beautiful warm shower? To shampoo your hair? To be alone? Or do you want to prove to your fellow players, the fans out there, and me, what you can do?" I reckon he just wanted the shampoo and the warm shower thing. That sounds really nice. Failed Chilean protest update now. Following Arsenal's recent defeat to Bayern Munich, at which Mesut Ozil was putting in the levels of effort for which he is now famous, a Facebook event was started by some of Alexis Sanchez's Chilean fans who were dismayed by watching him carry the team on his back once again. The page entitled "The National March for Alexis Sanchez to Leave Arsenal" grew and grew until it had 14,000 attendees who were set to converge in the Plaza Banquedano in Santiago on Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. local time, in the hope of forcing a transfer for their hero to a team that matches his desire. Well, the problem is here that the attendance was a little bit below that 14,000. It was 5 people. The organisers later tried to claim that the whole thing was a big funny joke and they couldn't believe the media fell for it, but that doesn't change the fact that 14,000 people agreed to attend and 14,000 people surely weren't in on that joke. There is a slight irony in fans who are angry about a team not showing up. They're not showing up themselves. Alright guys, MLS 2017 kicks off tonight with Portland versus Minnesota, but so too does the Chinese Super League. In fact, they're 11 hours ahead of the East Coast and the Friday night game has already kicked off and possibly finished by the time you hear this. But here's the thing, you probably don't know very much about the league or its teams, its history and its quirks. Luckily, over on Bleacher Report right now, there's a CSL guide that recommends a Chinese team for you to follow based on your Premier League preference. For example, Arsenal fans will like Shanghai Shenhua as they're generally underwhelming in the Champions League. They finished 4th last year and they pin all their hopes on a South American forward. Theirs is called Carlos Tevez. And Shenzhen came from nowhere and won the league, only to disappear back into obscurity and get relegated. They are the obvious choice for Leicester fans. Go check out the list by either clicking the link in the show notes or by visiting the website google.com. I highly recommend this list. It was written by a very handsome, erudite and humble Goalmouth contributor. And finally today, the news you've all been waiting for. You can finally buy wine at Old Trafford. Yes, as of this weekend, fans at the Theatre of Dreams will be able to realise their middle-class fantasies with a small glass of wine for about £4.80 or around $6. And you can't even take it out to watch the game because it's not legal to have alcohol facing the field. #modernfootball. Now, this isn't the most thrilling update for you, Goalmouthers. It's not particularly relevant for us over here in the States. You might be asking, why am I telling you about this? But I included it because the wine is provided by the club's main wine sponsor. Yes, they have a wine sponsor. And a few years ago, Wayne Rooney produced an acting masterclass in one of their commercials. And this news has given me a chance to play in a clip of his thespian delivery. Here it comes.
Guys, we have a problem. The Boss said that new devil is arriving. Is he well known?
Famous throughout the world.
They say he is a legend.
He's truly like Robert De Niro in his prime. If you've not seen it, look up the Rooney Casillero del Diablo ad. You shan't regret it. Alright gang, that's it for today. Don't forget we're offering 15% off a subscription to Howler Magazine. Follow the link in the show notes and use the promo code LOVETOYOURMOTHER. What a dumb promo code. Who says that? Please support us by subscribing to the Goalmouth email. Please leave us a review on iTunes and tell all your friends about us. Brooks Peck is back here on Monday. I leave you with today's Goalmouth top tip. If you publish your autobiography at the age of 28, it may give people the impression that your best is behind you. Love to your mothers. See you next time.